Hello, everybody, and welcome to At the Bar with. As usual, I am with my co-host, Stacy. And on the back screen, streaming in from Sacramento, California, is Patrick. Now, tonight we were supposed to have a special guest, Jim Cunningham. But Jim was mowing the lawn and ran over a wasp nest and got bit like a dozen times. So he called me on
Sorry,
the way.
Jim.
Come
laughing.
on.
We're laughing at your
Poor
expense.
guy.
So he called me on the way to the emergency
I'm a
room.
rude prick right now. Sorry.
He called me on the way to the emergency room and said, "Hey, can we reschedule?"
So I called my buddy up, John.
So we got John with us. Say hello, John.
Hello, everybody.
So John's going to kind of fill in, and we're just going to have a good time tonight. So
Yeah, we're just going to open this up to just to have a good conversation. We're going to talk about anything tonight.
Butt talk.
yeah, any kind of talk.
Any type of conversation.
Does Gene have to be here?
Does Patrick have to be here?
So for to start it off, let's get a beverage. John is a non-alcoholic drinker, so he's drinking his Pure Leaf artisan tea.
Pomegranate.
Yes.
No, not pomegranate. Is it pomegranate or
No,
hibiscus?
This is hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Pretty-
Which grows wildly in Minnesota if you're not from here.
Very pretentious tea.
So I believe my partner here is going to have one of these bad boys.
Ooh.
Hams.
From the beer refreshing.
Yes.
Your wife or your partner?
My partner in crime, not my wife. She doesn't do crimes with me.
You know, some people are calling their wives or husbands their partners nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hi.
notice that.
Yeah,
That's-
Yeah. No.
It's a little
I'll
weird.
go there. And
Hey, times are changing.
I haven't
Well-
actually had a drink for the last 4 or 5 days. I don't think.
Wow. You know what Brett's name is in my phone?
No. Well, it's Brett. So
No,
start with
no.
a B.
Yep, it starts with the B. When it comes up, it
Bitch.
says butthead.
Butthead Shuck.
And then sometimes I go to to call him, and I'll go call Brett, and it will go, can't find that person in contacts. Oh yeah, call butthead, duh.
Yeah, so
That's what 30 years of marriage will do for you.
well,
Yeah.
when her on my phone, she's Princess.
Of course.
So
right.
while
Oh, Lord.
while Brett pours up his little strongbow,
Strong bow.
you got Guinness too? Is that what you're
Yes.
putting in there?
Yep. and
So-
poor man's black.
I go over to the liquor store. Brett has just spent more money on more equipment, and I always feel bad. I'm like, "Do you want me to pitch in?" He's like, "No, just buy a bottle of Jameson. Bring a bottle of Jameson next time." And then he says, "Bring a bottle of this other stuff." And I look it up. It's like $800 a bottle. Was it like
What?
$800 a bottle, Brett? What was that?
Oh yeah, I was talking about the Bushmill 16, which is like 140.
It was, okay, 140. And it had all these prices, and I almost choked. But so I go, I'll go to Total Wine, which is really funny because you go to these liquor stores, and a bottle of Jameson, the 750 milliliter, is like $32. But at Total Wine, it's $21.
Wow.
And I'm like, well, why? Or $22. And I go, why is that? And the guy at the liquor store, he told me that was it. They have the way they brand different things. Something's their brand, and I can't remember how he said it. So they can bring the prices down of their brand stuff, and then bring this down as well, so more people buy it. I don't know how that works, but then the lady goes, well, you should try this. What is it? IDA and
IDE.
Oh, Eiden Stills.
Eisen Stills. Is that a common liquor, or
Yeah, it is.
is it the cheaper version?
It's the
Sounds
cheaper.
British.
It's a cheaper version, but it's not that much cheaper.
Yeah, no, it was like $1 or $2
Yeah,
cheaper.
it's-
But I wanted to do a taste test to see Brett's taste palette to see if he is be able to tell if we pour these into a shot glass, can he tell the difference?
So all those years that I spent at the Irish pub drinking Irish whiskey is now going to come to fruition.
California. However, I suppose with alcohol,
Mhm.
I think it's probably they could taste the same, but it's the hangover you have the next day. Is that what can determine?
Well, it's the amount of like sulfides that are in the drink. So I mean, especially like vodka, how many times it's distilled and put through, it kind of gives it whether you're going to get a hangover. If you
Gotta be
have,
7 or more for me.
yeah, if you drink Karakov, which is basically gasoline. Compared to
Filtered once.
yeah, not even. I don't even think it's been. I don't think it's been filtered, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, okay.
But I mean, compared to Grey Goose, which has been filtered, charcoal filtered like 5 times, or Belvedere,
Yeah.
that has less impurities, and the impurities are what gives you the hangover. So the better quality, the less hangover, basically. But you know, most people are like, they'll have a few of the good ones first, and once they get that buzz, then they go to the shitty drink because they don't know the difference after they start getting buzzed. So
the hangover fairy does.
But you get the hangover though.
So
And the dehydration is what really gets you too. So as long as you're hydrating, and you know, a good alcoholic would have a cooler
Bottle
full of Gatorade at home. You know?
then there's always the stories of drinking like a glass of water in between each drink as you're drinking, right?
Is that true, or is that an old wife?
Well,
that would be
that's
the
true.
dehydration
It's
thing.
true because it
That's
keeps
true.
you hydrated, and part
Yeah,
of
but
your
that's
hangover
wasted
is being
stomach space.
Not for me
Yeah, right?
because
It's taking up valuable real estate.
I know,
Extra
exactly.
water.
I pee all the time.
Extra trips to the bathroom.
So let's do that. Is yours already open, Brett?
What's that?
Is your bottle already open?
It is not.
It is not. So we'll just crack this one.
So what we'll do is I will turn around,
Okay.
and then you can pour each one, and
Turn
I
around.
won't.
No cheating.
There won't be any cheating. So
Turn around.
Oh God,
Every now and then I hit a little.
that reminds me of South Park.
great. Now I'm gonna have that song in my head.
He's turning around. He doesn't know what glass this is going into.
I'm not looking.
Yep. Good. And then,
Ooh, what's the powder you just dumped in there?
Date
What's the
rape.
powder?
Roofie.
Yeah. You been to Mexico lately?
Hey, don't
That's
get
where you
him.
can buy that
Don't
stuff.
get him
That's where you buy
wasted.
it.
Oh, don't get him wasted. Yeah, I gotta make sure these are even. And
You don't
then-
have to do
Why are
the
you
whole.
busting? What are you
shot.
putting lines out for? What were those white lines at the bar? Brett's a cop, dude. You can't be doing that shit. It's baby formula. I
Now
get it.
you got to remember which one is what.
Yeah, you got to remember that.
Yeah.
Now you're
Oh.
mixing them up. So
Can I turn around?
Yep. You can turn around.
And I will be a cop for at least 3 more weeks, a little bit less than 3 weeks, and then I will be a civilian.
I did pour
Are
a lot
we-
in there, so I'll taste it as
So-
well, so you don't have to.
What's
Are we
the
public?
what's the official
public knowledge
date?
with that now, or
Yeah, I'll be retiring here.
What's the official date?
Well, I'll be done with work. I don't know, probably the week of the 8th. September 8th.
Because I'm done on October 3rd, so
Oh, wow.
probably do something fun.
All right.
oh yeah.
Dinner or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for
don't
those,
you have to beat a person into submission in order to retire, and it might take a little while to do that for you?
yeah. Well, that's the old.
Isn't there a jumping out like in a
Just
gang? You get jumped out of the gang.
Oh yeah,
I
cops beat the shit out of you. That'd be funny.
Bring you out in the back alley and
I've worked administratively in the office for the last year, so I don't see that stuff anymore.
Do they still call it a hand problem? Because they used to call it a hand problem when back in the 70s. That was the term.
Mm.
Watch your head.
Yeah, you have to watch your
Oh, yeah.
hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Hands.
that'd be funny if they all got to taser you though or something at the same
Oh,
time.
He did get tasered.
Oh, I know,
and,
I know, but all of them at the same time.
It was tasing is not fun. Pepper
He
spray.
got it on video too.
Oh god, it was horrible.
Pepper spray is not.
Okay,
Not fun.
so I get to taste test these two, and I get to decide which one is which.
Yep.
Okay.
This is not this right here. What you see is not commensurate with the bottle that's next to. So we don't know which one is.
Except
And I
for
almost
you.
forgot. I think. No, I think I forgot.
Oh shit.
That's a pretty big word. Commensurate.
Commensurate.
He's a smart one.
Oh, cleaning the palate with the blackened pan. Yes.
You're supposed to have sorbet to clean your palate.
It's sorbet. Is that what they use officially? Mm.
You want to use it again?
Do the
Oh,
sniff.
a do-over.
Do the sniff test. Yeah.
Sniff the snifter?
Yeah, this is Ide, and this is Jameson. Jameson, Ide. They're
Now we can't remember.
right there.
I'm pretty sure that's Jameson and that's Ide.
Because
With what degree of
Okay,
certainty?
okay.
Yeah,
No, well,
you were
if you look at
supposed
it-
to remember.
No, if you look at it though, but look at it.
Yeah.
One is darker than the other.
Yep.
Okay.
but
if
it's the
you,
scent.
yeah. If you take out. Do you have a shot glass? We can match the color just to make sure.
No, they're colored
Do
shot
they
glasses.
smell differently?
Yeah, no, they smell differently. This is the Jameson right here that I correctly said. It's got a more orange peel
So what is
smell to it.
What does he win, Mr. No Yes?
So when you smell it, breathe it in and smell it. You can smell that orange peel.
Okay. So
Now, when you smell this one here, you don't smell that orange peel.
do you see the difference?
Yeah, there's a
So-
difference in color.
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
let's see after we drink. So you have a couple glasses with some ice in there, buddy?
That's
Sure.
absolutely true. I do smell the orange peel in the first.
Yeah.
That's
Do I have glasses? Do I have glasses behind the bar?
Why don't you pour me a little Jameson in one?
Okay.
With
Here's
some,
one.
Some ice. But I want to see, yeah. And we'll bring those up. God, they're to me because I can't smell very well.
Oh, I can smell it. That's Jameson.
I can't smell very well because I have this.
So is that how you determined it, Brett, or by flavor?
By flavor, and then when I smelled it, because the Ides and Stills is a lighter orange flavor, and the smell is lighter as well.
Okay, so I
Oh,
got one for you. I used to know this guy, and his dad couldn't smell either, but he could taste. And so this guy I knew
Well, that
ripped
doesn't make
a big one, and all of a sudden his dad goes, "What is that I taste?" We were like,
taste
"Oh, oh man, I'd
Yeah.
rather smell it than
mine.
taste it."
He tastes poo. Something tastes like poo.
What is that I taste?
That is a really horrible casserole.
All right.
Is there a touch of broccoli in there? What's going on?
Gross.
There are people that have those noses that can smell some very all the differences in and I think there's I met I don't even know what they're called, the sniffer at the Fragonard, the perfume place in Paris.
Oh yeah.
Paris, yeah.
The sniffer.
So the sniffer.
They
and
have
I
a
go-
big nose,
it was
big,
funny.
huge nose.
It was
with
funny
big
because
nostrils.
we're in Paris, right? And I go into this fancy perfume cologne place, and and I go, "Do you have any Calvin Klein Obsession?"
No.
And they're getting all snooty.
No.
They're like, "There's no such thing." I'm like,
Monsieur, we have no such thing.
I go, "Yeah, there is. I have some." They're like, "No, there's no such thing."
We know.
So-
we're France. We're from France. We know.
So I went and grabbed.
Now
the bottle.
now we're gonna get death threats from the French.
So
Well, they're not very. Their military is probably not the most.
we already won. So I bring my bottle of Calvin Klein Obsession in there, and they just freak out. All of them just like they all come over from the different, all the ladies come over and they want to smell it. They go down and get the guy. He comes up and he's like smelling it and stuff. So I guess it's an American thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Huh.
just kind of a funny
The
story.
obsession.
That was a good time in my life.
Back when.
I brought a date to.
Did you have hair back then?
Yeah.
Was hair?
No, I was in the military. They shaved.
Oh, of course, you had stubble.
Did they shave your balls too?
You're like
No, my girlfriend did though.
You're like Jean-Claude
No, that's it.
Picard. You've never had hair.
Make it so. Make
Patrick
it so
Stewart. Patrick Stewart. Like remember the movie Excalibur? Like back in the 80s?
Yeah.
He didn't even have hair back then.
No.
He never had hair. I think when he was born, it was just
It just
you know,
stayed that way.
stayed that way like that. And,
So you know that the when you lose your hair back here first, that means you think, right? And then if you lose your hair here first, right here, these ones right here,
Mhm.
that means you're sexy. And then when those two connect, that means you think you're sexy.
Oh my god.
What if you lose your hair on your taint?
yeah. Well, that's called a bacon strip then.
Oh, and speaking of bacon strips, Brett, why do you have a
bacon shirt.
bacon strip on your shirt?
I have.
Because Jean is
I
a smart
have it.
woman.
Jean bought this shirt for me because I'm the police.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
And so people can see what it is. You can see right there. It is a big bacon strip
Yeah.
across my chest.
He's got those in his underwear.
I smell a pork product.
Yeah, like
And-
Wayne's World.
Yeah. So yes, that is quite funny. A big bacon strip.
Speaking of bacon strips, I had this boyfriend. He'd leave his dirty clothes all over the floor all the time.
Yeah.
And we had people over, and I took his underwear and turned him inside out and hung him on the doorknobs.
Oh, the skid marks.
You got so pissed. Oh my God.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah. Ew.
It was funny because Rob said that. So Rob, my friend Rob, Rob's dad passed away, and he's like, my friend Rob is a character. Rob, you know you're a character, and he has one of his dad's toes in a jar.
Oh, you kidding?
Why?
No, and then he's got a
Ew.
pair of his dad's underwear that his mom couldn't clean. I mean, she washed them, but the skid marks won't go away, so he saved those. Yeah,
That's what bleach is for.
Oh, I walked in.
That would be a
I walked
super
into
interesting eulogy.
Yeah.
That is a very interesting eulogy.
I walked
So I have
into
a
the
toe.
laundry room when my dad was doing his laundry. My mom was pissed at him for something. And I walked in and I go, "What is that smell?" And he goes, "It's bleach for my underwear." That's true.
Oh God.
Dude, if
that's
you need
why
a
they make colored
toe, I'll
underwear
get you
now.
a fucking toe right now. I'll get you a fucking toe.
He's doing the eulogy with a toe.
He brings it up to the podium.
Pulls the
knowing
toe
Rob,
out.
knowing Rob, he put it on the podium. Well,
He did come over
he
to
was a
Dave.
good father.
How did
He
he
glues a couple eyes on there and a nose.
No, the googly eyes.
The googly eyes.
The googly eyes, yeah.
How did he get his dad's toe?
Well, it was amputated for some
Oh.
reason. So then they put it in a jar and they gave it to him, I guess.
And
So
formaldehyde.
did he say, like, when you do the autopsy, can you cut off my dad's toe so I can have a lucky charm?
I think
I mean,
a rabbit?
did he, like a rabbit foot?
Like a rabbit foot.
It's a, hey, my dad's foot.
Make a keychain out
This
of
is
it.
extra good luck.
Oh my God.
yeah. So he's leaving. He's actually leaving. He came over today to grab a shirt. He's like, "Stacy, I need a shirt.
That's
Right?
perfect, Rob.
I need a shirt, and I need to fix my glasses because somebody stole my glasses, and I don't know what to do." So, and so I fixed his glasses for him because I just got an old pair of. He didn't have any arms on him, so I got an old pair of my cheaters, and I unscrewed them and I fixed them for him. And then he gets
That's
his
a true
shirt.
friend.
Yeah. Then he gets his shirt. I give him a shirt and a tie. And,
Should have given him some opera glasses. Here you go.
Yeah.
oh my goodness. So
Or the big chain.
yeah. So Patrick, how you doing back there, buddy?
I'm good.
You
I'm
ready
good.
for the Vikings to
Super
start?
hot out here again. Ready for the Vikes. Hell
Ready
yeah.
for the Vikes? So we played. What did we play? Who did we play this week?
I don't know who we're practicing against.
Practicing.
Practicing.
That's right. Yeah.
The cheerleaders.
I tell you,
Yeah. So
yeah.
Are you optimistic?
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna be fine. But I do have an upset prediction, and I think we're gonna lose the Bears on opening night. I just think
You think?
because I think the Bears are actually a little better than everyone thinks, and we're gonna kind of be a little bit like, that's the Bears. We're gonna go in there, and I think we're gonna be overconfident. We're gonna get whooped, but it'll be good because then it'll set the tone for like, okay, we can't fuck around this season.
Okay.
Let's go.
Right.
Okay.
So, but that's how I think it's going to start out, and time will tell if this prediction is right. But right now, yeah, I'm just super. I just want preseason over with. I want to get to the cut down and see who's on and going to be our guys, and then it's on. But I'm not usually a huge preseason guy. So.
Well, as my friend Roger says, the whole season's it's not even football. It's the postseason or the playoffs is
Right.
when real football starts.
Yeah,
That's
but the one thing I like about watching every Sunday, you get to see different players doing different things. I mean, in the postseason, they're using the same players for the same stuff because it works. But during the season, you're seeing they're trying different things. They're seeing what works, and they use that stuff for the postseason. So I do like watching regular season a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
But I think he's a little wrong in the fact that the season is only 18 weeks, 17 games. So technically, the playoffs start at like game 6 because if you're 3-3 after week 6, you're pretty much on on the
Bubble?
cusp of
You're on the
making the
bubble.
playoffs or not.
Yeah.
So I think what he meant to say was, they pull out, less vanilla plays
He said
weeks
pull
11 through 18. Yeah, weeks 11 through 18, you might see some more things from an offensive coordinator,
Yeah,
and that's
sure.
probably, that's better football. And into the playoffs, everyone's got a book full of tricks and plays they haven't run all year to surprise defenses. So
Well,
in that regard, yeah, he's right. But
Mhm.
it's not 162 games like baseball. I mean, every game counts in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
So, what do you think of the new offense or newly gauged offense of the Vikings? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I've been saying this for years, and everyone that knows football will tell you the game is won with the offensive line and the defensive line to that respect. But I think we finally got a good offensive line, which is why I'm optimistic with a rookie quarterback. If your line is good, he's not going to get hit that much.
Mhm.
If your line is good, you can run the ball whenever you want. You can impose your will on teams.
I want to argue with you,
and-
Patrick. The Vikings, the game is won by the kicker.
or lost by the kicker.
Yeah, Gary Anderson.
Automatic. Nah.
That's a true story, though, right?
Yeah,
I'm not lying. So
He's not.
I was watching. I read something today about something like Thielen trying to come back. Is that true? Have you seen anything like that?
Well, the Addison suspended for 3 weeks, so they're
Yep.
trying to find a
Replacement.
decent replacement and just someone that could be a veteran, because they also lost, I forget his name, but number 4 in the first preseason game, he blew out his other knee. He just came back from one knee.
Brett
and then he blew out
Favre?
another one.
Brett Favre?
No, I wish. I wish he'd blow out his.
Yeah,
brain.
he's.
Oh. You know what?
Oh my God.
You don't have to wish anything bad on him. He's got MLS or Lou
Aw.
Gehrig's disease or something,
Nah.
but yeah, he's not going to do well. But so the whole point, they did a couple of moves the other day. They shipped off our defensive captain, pretty much, to a team, and we think that they're making room to absorb some contract dollars. But Thielen would come here, and we'd have to pay him $6 million just to play for one season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know how long he's going to play. Does he got 2-3 more years in him? I don't know. But it seems like the Thielen thing is interesting. But it's what I've heard is he's $6 million, and that's a lot of money to get a guy to be a plug, just a plug and play to cover for a suspended guy. So
Well, but
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
But you got to look at it from the point of view that, if he does, one magical thing or two magical things during the whole season,
Yeah.
he's paid for.
If you could buy a win with $6 million, then
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if he
Sure.
makes a difference in one game,
It's like, all right,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
down to the line. We're going to lose this game unless we make this touchdown, and boom, he's automatic. I mean, the man
A lot of people are
barely
saying, too,
drops it.
Amari Cooper is still out there. I think he left the Browns and was just like, screw this team. I don't even want to play for them. I think he's a free agent sitting on his couch. So I've heard Amari Cooper a little bit too, but
Wow.
and that
So,
would be interesting.
Any new things coming in the NFL? Any new rules or any new changes?
Other than
They changed the kickoff again.
They changed the kickoff again.
So,
what
yeah,
is it now?
so
At the 50-yard line?
now you get penalized if it goes into the end zone.
Yep.
I think the teams will get the ball at like the 40 or something.
What?
Ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's the. I
Wow.
think
That
it's
seems
the
a
same
little-
as kicking it out of bounds.
Well,
Kinda
and then,
harsh.
so what they're trying to do is have the kickers kick between the 10 and the end zone, so they have to run it back out. So they're trying to make, because last year everyone was just booting in the end zone. It's like, whatever, take it at
Yeah.
the 25. We don't care.
Right.
So now it's like they're forcing them to kick and have a return. And I think they're still going to line up the same way that they always did. But that's the new thing, is the kicker's got to be more accurate. But
Well, it used to be like when the ball was kicked, everyone's running. Now when they kick it, they have to wait till someone catches it in order
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
So all right. Now that guy's going to be halfway down the field by the time everybody catches up. So I just didn't like
and
that.
then
But
the other cool new thing is the measuring of first downs. So they're going to have, that's going to be digital now. They got the chains.
They
The
got the
chains will
chains,
stay on
yeah.
the sideline. They're not going to run out with them and then put them down.
Okay.
They've got positional cameras now, and it'll just be a graphic that pops up on your TV, and it'll show 6 inches to go, or 10 inches short, or a foot and a half short. So
now
or
are the
first down.
now the refs are using that for measuring?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so the refs will set the ball down, and then the camera thing will do its thing, and it'll put up on the big screen at the
Jumbotron?
at the Yeah. And then the refs will go, oh shit, you're short.
So
and
it's
everyone
not,
can see at the same time.
Gene, can you look that up? Can you Google all the new changes for the NFL this year?
That's right.
See what pops up. See if there's anything else that pops
she's,
up.
you know what's going to
And-
happen? She's going to go
I have to
male
get out of-
cheerleaders.
It's just gonna-
Hold on, I got to
You
get
get
out of
nothing
this
but
porn
Blaze
site.
and-
Blaze and Louie.
Blaze.
Yeah.
It was funny. I saw Nick Swartz and someone asked him
Yeah.
about what he thought about it. Because there's
Yeah.
some like
Yeah, that was
guys
great.
like Kevin Sorbo. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Another Minnesota man.
Yeah, he went online and was just against it, and I think he actually called them names and all that. And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm looking for a new team. But so they asked Nick Swartz, and he goes, "Do I care? No. Did they miss the field goal in 1998? No. Did they throw an interception in 2009 to lose the game? And no. So because I don't care. I'm watching the goddamn game.
You know, it was
That's-
funny because
it's my
yeah,
set,
he goes,
too.
yes, I'm pissed. Yes, I'm mad. He goes, because he goes, Josh Duhamel and I didn't get the job.
Yeah, that's right. He said that first. Yeah.
That
Josh
was
Duhamel's
hilarious.
another
Well, that's
huge
you know
Vikings
I
fan.
see a lot of people getting upset about it because of and I always hear
who
the story.
cares?
I always
mean-
hear the story of they've been cheerleaders the whole time, but I don't know if the throwers are considered cheerleaders. They may be.
Yeah,
college
used to
yeah.
be more gymnastic. Like they
Gymnastic,
weren't
right.
actually
Yeah.
doing the dance.
The dances, yeah.
So that's
Right.
what's different.
But the
And, you know,
question
and-
was, did they take positions from female cheerleaders? That was the argument. That
Well, and there was the argument that they were
Yeah.
going, why are we not making this open for male cheerleaders like college and high school where there's, they're throwing the girls in there. They're doing the acrobatics. They're making it cool. They're making it fun.
Yeah.
And they're like, this isn't, I watched this guy on
It's
Facebook.
not
There was,
that, but-
this is not cheerleading.
Okay, so
So-
we've got kickoff
and-
rules.
but-
Touchback line moved to 35 yards.
Okay.
Onside kick declaration. A team that is trailing can now declare an onside kick at any point in the game rather than being restricted to the fourth quarter.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Overtime rules. Both teams get a possession. Regular season overtime rules will now mirror postseason rules, ensuring
Okay.
that both teams
Mhm.
have an opportunity to possess the ball.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Well,
the same.
yeah, it's the same, but
There's a ton on
but,
here. Replay assist
Huh.
expansion.
hmm
10-minute period. Regular season overtime periods are still
Referees with
long.
20/20 vision.
And good decision making
That's mandatory
skills.
now.
yeah. Defensive penalties. All kinds of shit.
so me.
Yeah,
So
you know what's a funny? You know what that reminds me of? Remember that commercial where the referee he throws the flag and is sitting there, and you got the coach is screaming in his ears like, "Ah, you son of a bitch!" And the announcer's like, "Whoa, look at that! He's taking a hammering. That's the kind of training you just don't see." And then they show him at home, and his wife is yelling in his ears, "You son of a bitch!"
I'm used to it. This
And
happens
he's
every day.
sitting there looking, just straight looking. Like
So
that.
John and I have a new bar to go to. We're going to go to the Casa Rio in downtown Anoka a couple
Yeah,
times.
Casa.
Probably a friend of ours bought a nice Mexican restaurant, but he put in two 100-inch TVs.
Yeah.
So
100.
Whoa.
And it was super fun to load the truck.
it was
Like
Yeah.
1 million.
$1.
1 million inches.
so that should be
so
So, John,
aren't
are you
you-
just one of the guys? Like, is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Like,
so
I'm just curious.
I've just
one
been
of-
around forever.
He's this
Stay-
guy in the neighborhood that keeps looking at his
I sit on
window.
the step and go, podcast?
Well,
Will you take me on podcast?
if you ever look at just ordinary pictures, John will be somewhere in the corner.
Yeah, I'm the dude. I'm the
He's
dude
the,
that's
he's the guy that's always trying to lean in. Even
Yeah.
There's plenty of room for,
Yeah.
for everybody.
He's the photo bomber.
I actually do. I'm kind of a photo bomber. I'm short, so people see my forehead a lot.
so
Yeah.
John
Got that going.
John actually graduated with my brother, and I've known him for years and years and years, and we've always said hi past, and we've always got along. We always talk. We should hang out sometime. We should hang out. We never did.
Forever we talked about this.
And then my brother had his reunion, his 40th reunion, which was a couple years ago.
Mine's October 11th.
Mine's tomorrow. But
Oh,
we'll get
yeah.
at that. We'll get to that. But
Right.
So we're at our reunion.
I went to my brother's reunion.
Yeah.
because I wanted
As
to,
your brother?
no, with my brother, because
Stacy's
I
always
wanted
been hanging
to.
He hung around us.
Well, I wanted to confront all the guys that beat me up all the time when I was in high school. When I was in 8th and 10th grade.
I've been holding this anger forever. I am ready.
So I was confronting, and they're all just great guys. The sad thing, though,
Stacy walks up and goes,
Slow motion.
you want to mess with my juju again? You want to bully me now?
I'm going to get you a drink now.
Well, the sad thing it's always sad, and I was looking at this because how many people we've had pass away.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
It really is.
and
You're a bunch of old farts.
yeah,
Tragic.
but my brother, we had a lot. There was already passed away, but tomorrow is my class reunion. Tomorrow morning, I'm going golfing. There's a class reunion golfing thing that goes on at 10 o'clock tomorrow in White Bear Lake. And then they're going to do a tour of Irondale. I think they're getting a tour of Irondale before the class reunion, and then somewhere in Shoreview. But
Check out, take a picture of Bullshit Corner. Remember?
Bullshit Corner,
Yeah.
right there, right where the two bathrooms.
Yeah, take a
were.
picture of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that'd be
Fun to
fun.
see.
Yeah.
Bullshit
I
corner.
will do that. Yeah, we had Bullshit Corner.
Well, it's no longer called Bullshit Corner. It's called Piece of Shit Corner.
I had great high school memories.
So do I. Yeah.
Even though
high
my name was Stacy and I was a little half Japanese kid that got picked on all the time, but Tony Ko always protected me, and
Tony Ko was there for me too.
Yeah,
it was like
protected me.
nobody ever messed with us.
Nobody ever
Like,
messed with Tony Ko.
Yeah.
So
he taught me a little karate, and never had to use it because he's always there. I was like, hey, Tony.
But yeah, it was just sad to see all the people that have passed away, and we're getting to that age. But
Yeah, and I mean, we're losing people. I mean, your circle's definitely starting to get smaller.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother and I talked about that when we lost our sister. Our father passed away 5-6 years ago, and then we lost our sister.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, that was really difficult, and all of a sudden, it's just us,
Yeah.
just him and I.
Yep.
My mom is still alive. She's down the street, so go and see her a couple times a week, but it's just not the same as it was before. So your circle does get smaller.
It does.
It's
you-
because
you have
Brett's
friends.
big older sister used to beat up people that.
Oh yeah,
For
anybody
Brett.
that messed with me when I was young, she'd go kick their ass.
That's awesome, though.
Because she was tall.
That's
And
awesome.
she would, she'd tell him. She goes, the only person that gets to beat up my brother is me.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Didn't she
You
do?
can't steal my thunder.
Didn't she do a pull up on the shower curtain rod and
Oh,
bent
God.
it and then blamed you for it?
so we're young, and my dad's old school, and this is back in probably the 70s, and my dad puts up this brand new shower curtain, put it in there, and she's like, I'm going to do a chin up. So she goes and does a chin up, and
What could go wrong?
And it bends, breaks it. And my dad comes in, and he's pissed because he spent all this money on this because it was an expensive one, a nice one. And he goes, who did this? And my sister goes, tell him you did it. And I'm like, I didn't do it. She goes, I'm going to tell him you did it, and he's going to believe me anyway. She hits me, and I go, I did it. And my dad spanks my ass and puts me in the corner. And
Took one for the team.
thanks, sis.
That's why you should
Hey.
have bought her a thing for Christmas or something.
No,
A curtain rod.
she was a good shit. I'll tell you that. She was
Yes,
a good-
I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry
But,
to hear that.
but so now we're in football season. We're in Renaissance Festival season.
Are we
and
going
we're
to the
in State
Ren
Fair.
Fest? Are
And
we
the State
going?
Fair. Of course.
Yeah, and
Oh,
you
wait,
know,
wait. Before I forget, can we go back to football real quick?
yes, absolutely.
So I'm not saying this should happen, or I'm not endorsing it or condoning it, but I'm also going to make another prediction about the Vikings this year. So
What's that?
what's going on in the WNBA is they're throwing some things on the court.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Green things on the court.
I
pink
will
thing.
predict that the same sentiment will go with some Vikings fans this year.
You think
Oh,
there's
you're
going to be
thinking,
some
okay.
purple ones getting thrown out there?
You might see a purple bouncy thing go.
Purple rain?
flying.
Yeah, but don't they?
I'm
Don't
just
they?
saying- like I said,
Purple
I'm not-
rain.
I'm not condoning this behavior.
Yeah,
but I'm just
I
saying
will.
it's-
I will predict
it's bound
right
to
now.
happen.
I will predict
Gonna
right
happen.
now. If that happens, they will call it the purple rain.
They shall.
If it
They
has,
shall call it purple
So,
rain.
if
We're
it's
making some
purple and
predictions,
has glitter on it, that Patrick did it.
No. I wouldn't.
I know.
No, don't they kick them out for doing
No.
stuff like that?
If they catch them,
Oh, yeah.
If they do,
if they catch them, yep. And
Yeah.
they have a lot of video. But so Patrick, are you going to try to get back to Minnesota one of the football season?
Go see a game?
Yeah,
The,
you know, coming.
the finances are looking favorable for a return this fall.
Well,
Nice.
you already know you've got at least 2 places that you can stay for free.
Yep, for free if
So-
you like. I have a vehicle.
behind Glicks and
At the bum closet in
And if
O'Donovan.
there's no
The
snow,
bum closet, no Donovan.
if there's no snow on the
Yeah.
ground, I have a vehicle for you to drive if you'd like.
yeah.
oh wow,
Like,
Nice.
Wow.
Let's use
Yeah.
the Tundra,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
it's you know.
Even with no license and warrants, huh?
Oh yeah.
well, I
That's,
do.
see, that's why I'm hesitant to come back. I got
Living on the edge.
yeah. Gotta
And
help.
Patrick gets off the plane and there's people waiting for him. And we saw the podcast. We saw the
We heard you
podcast.
were going to be here, son.
Patrick's like, crap, not again.
So
He
So I
just,
know the
he
fair
just
is
puts his
underway.
hands behind his on his back, and I'm ready to go.
yeah, and is the Renfest going now too?
Ren-
Yeah,
Renfest,
Renfest, yeah.
Renfest starts before the state
I
fair.
didn't know. I saw Penn and Teller were out there, and I didn't know that they were doing shows back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
They were.
1975, they were doing a gig out there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm trying to get Scott on, so Scott should be back. My friend Scott Jorgensen, you know Scott Jorgensen. He's
Is he
he's,
puke or snot? Which
he's
one? Is
snot.
which bodily fluid is he?
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's snot,
Right. And, you know, and Jim Cunningham, he is the Feast of Fantasy.
and he'll be on.
Yep. And he'll be on. He just has to, you know, get past the, you know,
Beast-
wasp sting.
Calamine
No,
lotion.
get past the.
No, it would have been really funny to have him on. He's all swell up. He's got welts all over his face. He's talking through gauze in his
Yeah, he's
mouth.
got like he's got a big roll of gauze.
Brad, when he comes in, you got to wear a Wasp T-shirt. You know, like the band.
That's
Blackie
Oh,
Lawless.
man.
Blackie Lawless
fucking awesome.
rocks.
we should get some of those.
But I honestly, I can't wait to get Jim on. Jim was Tony and Tina's wedding.
Yep. That'll be
at
fun.
the Hay City Theater for years. He did Dudley Riggs. He's been in movies.
Wow,
He's done
cool.
commercials.
He's done
Wow.
voice commercials. You know, he was the voice of the Twins, voice of the Minnesota Wild. I mean, in stage performances, the list is a mile long. I mean, this guy is a staple
Okay.
in, you know, the Minnesota, you know, performing arts. So
That's
I
awesome.
can't wait
That's
to
gonna
get
be
him on. He's an awesome guy, and it's good. It's going to be good to see him.
Can I sit over in the doghouse for this one?
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
We
Yeah, the
and,
bullpen.
and I went to lunch today with one of our guests that's coming up, Frank Milner, the
Yep.
cosmetic dentist. That
Now he was a cosmetic dentist for the Timberwolves.
no, he was
or
he's a cosmetic dentist. But
Oh, okay.
for 2 years he did. So they you know during the games of
Yep.
the Minnesota Wild,
Yep.
he goes in case a puck hits a tooth or a stick hits a tooth. He has to go down there and fix it right away. So
right.
So was for 2 years he did that, but he's traveled all over the world teaching because he's like one of the top cosmetic dentists in the United States. And he's the one that lost his leg in the motorcycle accident, so he'll tell us all about that story,
That's
which is
awesome.
going to be a.
Wow.
And then we were just talking about that today. He did that. He was in 11th grade in high school,
Oh,
Wow.
man.
and he was going and he hit so hard he had a Zippo lighter in his pocket and some change, and it put an indent of a quarter on the Zippo lighter.
What?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when
Wow.
he lost his leg, but he still has the Zippo lighter. He's going to bring that with
Wow.
him.
And then our next guest is going to be one of Patrick's, you know, famous super fans.
Yeah, Diggs Garza from the Viking World
Oh,
Order.
this is going to be awesome.
Cool.
You know, so and it's going to be right before you know the pre.
Should we all wear Vikings gear?
season?
Should we
Oh
all-
hell yes.
Yeah,
should
should we wear
be
our
a
Vikings
Vikings
gear?
kinda-
Oh yeah,
Should wear
for
Vikings
sure.
stuff.
We are wearing Vikings, so wear your Vikings
Vikings
next
gear.
week, folks.
Yep, next
Um,
week.
So we got a lot of good guests and stuff like that on. So
And there's going to be more coming throughout the year.
but you know, and this is the time in Minnesota where it's the most stuff that's going on. The State Fair, the Renaissance Fair. There's a lot of shows that are going on, a lot of music venues. I mean, it's bumping
It's
right
going to be
now.
Yeah,
snowing
it
in
is.
1 month.
Yeah.
It will.
hey,
Yeah.
hey, bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
I suppose you're going to rub it in the first snowstorm.
Not
Patrick's
so-
going to be like, yeah, hey.
Well, Patrick's
Whenever
from
I need to lose
California.
some Facebook friends, I always go on with a weather post. So I'm at
we, you know,
I'm at
got
1,000 friends. Like, it can't be real. Like,
Gonna
I
thin
don't
out
have
the crowd.
1,000 friends.
thin
Yeah.
out the crowd a little bit.
Well,
Yep.
you know, Patrick says it's snowing in California. We know what that is.
Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
Well, no, it does snow here. I could drive an hour and get to
Yeah.
snow.
Oh, I
that's
suppose
true.
Tahoe
In the
and
mountains.
Yeah, Tahoe.
Sierra Nevada.
You can just go right downtown LA and find a lot of snow too, right?
Yeah, I think it's still ash falling from the fire.
Oh,
From the fires,
that's
yeah.
that's what that is.
Yeah.
Brett, can you fill me up there, buddy?
Oh, okay.
Let's try the other one.
The Ides of March.
The Ides of March. Yeah, we'll see.
This is.
I came across some awesome music trivia. If you guys want to try it,
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
okay. So
I can cheat.
you can. Which band released their 7th album on 7/7/77?
Iron Maiden.
1977.
Yes, 7/7/77. This band released their 7th album.
Okay.
Huh.
It's a band you would know.
1977.
Eagles.
I'm gonna go
Kiss.
Led
One
Zeppelin.
syllable band name.
Kiss.
One syllable.
Oh,
One syllable.
But one syllable, like Kiss, or it's not Kiss,
Oh.
but it's like
You too.
Let's go. Let's
I
keep
don't
going. Can you give us genre?
Rush.
Give us a hint. Something that wet the palate here.
Bread.
Rush.
very,
Rush.
very, very prog rock. Very prog
Oh.
rock. Like,
Yes.
you guys are close.
No,
Yes.
that's
kind of-
Rush.
No.
Triumph is 2 syllables.
Oh,
I think they had an
Triumph.
album cover with a guy doing this to a star.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like there was a like a pentagram album cover. I think that they had.
Motley Crue.
No, that's one
kidding.
syllable.
That
I'm
reminds
kidding.
me of Rush with the 21.
Well, Rush is
Oh.
2112.
But that's a little bit later.
Gene, did you look it up?
Apparently not a
Trying to, but
copyright.
Kind of slow.
Apparently
Journey?
not copyrighted on the pentagram.
No.
What date was it
All
released?
right, one more clue.
77.
77.
So
One more
Is there
clue.
something about one syllable you don't understand there, Brett?
I'm just throwing shit out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh.
Remember the clapping. Clap when you say it.
I know.
So you only get one clap.
I know the answer.
Okay, I'm going to give them one more clue to see if they can figure it out.
Okay. Got it.
Domo Origato.
Oh,
Mr.
oh,
Roboto, Shimizu,
Queen.
Moshirita.
Sticks.
Queen.
Yep.
Sticks.
Bingo.
Sticks, that's right,
Ding,
Sticks,
ding, 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 ding.
Yes, the
Sticks.
river Styx. Yes.
Yeah, well, and they don't even play together anymore.
Talking Japanese to me.
What does that mean?
Or-
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, Himitsu, Oshirita.
Yeah,
What
can
kind
you
of
do the whole song in Japanese?
what,
So he meets Sue Natash. What?
Himitsu
Domo
Oshirita. There,
Omoga-
I cannot remember what that means for the life of me. And I didn't know what it meant.
How about the song
where's the
Godzilla?
God-
When it's no
It's actually God. It's Godzilla.
Godzilla. Yeah.
Godzilla.
I got a bad accent.
You want the fry rye?
but isn't that Blue Oyster Cult?
That is Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah. I digress.
I always loved it when my mom would say stuff like that. So I could always, it was just the life of the party when my mom would say words. My grandma, I couldn't stop. I go, Grandma, what is? これは何ですか? And I go, pinky finger, pinky pinga, pinky pinga, and because Japanese people don't say, they don't
There's
have the
no
F.
Yeah.
Do they have pinky pinga? She couldn't say F. She couldn't say the F, the finger or something. So,
So she couldn't say fuck you. She puck you.
something like that. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It was always fun making. I feel bad making fun of my mom, but now I was always getting
Yeah.
fun of you.
Well, my grandmother was Norwegian and German and spoke both languages, so it was funny when you
Wow.
pissed her off.
Ah,
She would start swearing at you in German, and it would always morph into Norwegian.
Schmecken.
The funny thing about Japanese though is it's the language is so specific that when men speak to women, it's different than when women speak to children or men speak to children or men speak to
Wow.
boys and
Really?
men speak to girls. It changes a little bit.
Mhm.
So all the Japanese that I learned was of the perspective of a Japanese female elder speaking to their child. So that's the way, because my mother, right? When she'd yell at me, "Nandemo kandemo hontou ni mo bakatari desu ne," right? So
Get your socks off the damn
So-
floor.
I'm Pontan. Okay, so
Translate to, hi,
you stupid
how are
kid.
you?
You stupid kid. I always tell people that's why I don't have any hair back there because she'd always smack me in the back of the head. Okay. So, but that was the perspective. So when I grew up and I go to Japan and I use the words or the phrases that she taught me or she said to me,
Mm-hmm.
was from an older woman speaking to a Japanese child.
So now you're in Japan, and everybody thinks you're an old, you're a mama's son.
Yeah. So they giggle at me, and they might tell me later. But I was in a little bar restaurant, and I was talking to this. It's so funny when you really try, you can speak to anybody, even though they don't speak, and you just don't speak your language. If you just really try to make it work, and I met this really cool Japanese guy, and he goes, and I go, he's like wondering where I was from. I said, "Watashi no American," and he goes, so. I said, then I said,
He called you an asshole?
Asshole.
What?
I go, watashi wa hanbun desu, right? Which means half. Japanese is like, He goes, half American, half Japanese. And I said, Chigao, I said, half American, half Japanese. And he started laughing because there's a big thing there with Americans go there. They always curious about the American penis, I guess. So, which kind of laugh. It was kind of funny.
Cream of some young guy.
So Patrick, what is since you got some bars out there in walking distance, what's your favorite bar story that you've had to deal with out there in California?
Out here?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, first of all, let's look at where you're from. Do you have a lot of bars and clubs in your area?
It's all within walking distance, isn't it, for you?
Well,
stumbling distance.
Duh.
Stumbling distance.
No, there's like I'm in an apartment complex, and then across the street is a shopping mall with a grocery store and restaurants, and so there's a bar there that I like, and then I could drive like 3 blocks, and there's another bar there that I like, but they're just like bar restaurants,
But isn't there one where there's like someone that works there and she's a total cunt?
Wow. Gee.
Wow.
No, Patrick.
Woo. Let
said-
loose.
You said someplace you don't go because someone was a cunt.
with a? I hope he goes to all of those ones.
I hope you're referring to the Great Britain cunt and not the American one.
Yeah, I don't recall saying that, Gene.
Yes,
But
I do.
Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, you did. You said I don't go to this one.
Shut the front door, you guys. People are gonna watch this. All right, so there's this one establishment that I kind of don't particularly care for anymore. So we'll just put it that way.
Oh, okay.
It's not just the. I mean, there's good people that work there too, but some of the clientele is kind of like whatever. But out here, I haven't really done anything crazy stupid because I'm older.
Right.
And his
think about
wheelchair
a
doesn't go very fast.
If I'm 53 and I have a
It's
wacky
Lark.
bar story, I probably have an issue.
We can pull out the wacky bar story box out of your brain and go to the past, because I'm sure you've had
we
many
could go
of
30
those.
years ago. I
Well,
got all
right.
kinds of-
Oh, yeah. Because I remember when I worked at the TGI Fridays in downtown. That's where I met Patrick for the first time. Oh my God! I mean, just the characters that would come into that place. And I remember one night in particular, there's a guy, and he worked at one of the other restaurants, and he was a cook, and he would come in and get the Friday's chicken wings. And you get the Jack Daniel's chicken wings every single time, and get a Miller. He'd call it Miller's and the Jack Daniel's chicken wings. So he's up at the bar, and it's winter, and this drunk girl, and she's a little more portly, but and she's drunk, and she's just comes up to the bar, and she's slipping and sliding. She's bumping into him while he's eating, and he's like, all right. So he's just like trying to eat, and she's bumping, and she falls down on the ground. And it's wet because of all the snow and stuff, and she's trying to get up, and she keeps falling down, and her pants start inching down and down and down. Again, a little more portly, just not fat, but just a little chubby. And her pants go all the way down to her knees. And
God.
She gets stuck because there was like a bar rail on the floor, and she gets stuck in the bar rail, and she's trying to get up, and her ass is hitting him, and she's trying to get up, and their butt cheeks kind of open up, and he looks over and he goes, "Oh God damn!" Because I lost my appetite. And we're like, "Oh my God!" One of the cops come in, and we help her up and try to pull her pants up. Or trying to pull her pants up and looking away, and jiggling and just God.
cottage cheese.
As
It
she's
was, it
ripping
was,
them.
oh, it was so bad.
Oh,
I don't have anything that crazy that happened out here, but there was. Now that I think about it, the one of the bars that I do like to go to, which is in the walking distance realm, is I went there once, and I have a picture of it. I'd pull it up and maybe show it if I had that technology, but it's buried because it's probably 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. But there's a guy at the bar just sitting eating, but he's got a huge like boa constrictor snake wrapped around his neck and his body.
Why?
Just like it's no big deal. Just sitting there. And I had to turn around. I took a picture and I'm like, what the, I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
Or Minnesota anymore. But yeah, no, that was the weirdest thing I think
was
I've
that
seen.
his emotional support snake?
Yeah. It's eating him.
As it's crushing its bones.
So Patrick, when did you
Sir.
leave? When did you leave Minnesota? What year?
Yeah, 2011, March of 2011.
2011. Okay, 2011. Okay.
So 14 years out.
I have. Let me see. I started working in the clubs in '94, I believe.
Mhm.
I was a bouncer. So I started at. It was Cowboy that turned
Yep.
to Tropics.
Yeah, I remember Tropics.
That was crazy. David
And
Kavanaugh.
that's where I
owned it.
worked with you. And we didn't know it.
Yep, and we didn't know it. And then I worked at Sharks with Rich. So I've worked at Sharks, and I've worked at
Where was that?
Sharks was on East River Road.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It had the
I
big
remember.
shark. They
Yeah.
put the big shark in there, and
Yeah.
and Rich bought also, the one up in Centerville. He bought, what was that? But Waterworks.
Waterworks. Yeah, I remember
Waterworks.
Waterworks. Yeah, yeah.
That's been a long time.
Yeah, me and
Then
Nate Young used to go do promos there for KQRS. So we
Yeah.
probably met there too.
Yep. And then I went to Club Cancun when Rich opened that Club Cancun.
Downtown?
Yep, on Race Street.
Oh,
No, on Rice Street. Yep.
Oh, okay.
But I worked at First Avenue, and then
Did you ever go to the Lamplighter?
across the street a couple times.
Lovingly called the Limp Lifter.
The
Yeah.
later, behind glass.
Oh,
Skid Row.
God. Gross. It was so gross.
Skid
Yeah.
Row. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
my God.
I had a couple. I actually, I know some people
The limp
that
lift.
dance there. But then I worked at. Then I worked for David FEMA Minneapolis Cafe. That was the height of
Yeah.
the popularity when
Yep.
I took
Yep.
the door over from what was his name, Joe or something like that. I was the door, and that's when all
You were
the
the dork.
I was the,
Yeah,
I was the dork.
the dork.
But that was fancy place, and that's when all the football players and
Right.
basketball players came in. Kirby Puckett came in.
What was the place of that? What was the name?
That was Minneapolis Cafe.
Minneapolis Cafe. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Minneapolis Cafe. And then I also worked at the same time I was head of security for Lacotte. So
And that was more
Where's that?
towards
Lacotte.
Uptown, wasn't it?
No, Lacotte was in Loring Park.
Loring
That
Park,
used
I
to
mean,
be
yeah.
Kitty
Right,
Cat Club.
kitty corner
Kitty
from
Cat,
the
it was the
Uptown.
Kitty Cat Club, and they turned it to
Meow.
on First Avenue.
Their
So
cot.
yeah, I bounced all over the
So
place.
do you have enough experience under your belt to do like a private investigator? Because you have to have like certain amount of hours in law enforcement to like legally do it.
Well, if you
Like
call,
you probably worked enough security jobs.
well, I was an MP
to, like,
for.
just-
I was a military police for 8 years in the Army. So
Well,
Okay, that would qualify because
Yeah.
I think you need like 1,200 hours or something
Yeah.
like that.
Well,
don't you? Like,
I'm trying to get a guy on. His name's Bill Nelson. He's like a 8th or 9th Dan in Subakdo.
Mhm.
He's a private investigator.
Oh.
That's his part-time other job.
Oh,
And we're
right.
he's up in St. Cloud, so we're gonna try to get him on so we can talk about the private
Yeah.
investigation
Cool.
world. It's
'Cause
really
when
interesting.
I lost my
It's
radio
interesting.
job in 2016 out here. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll be a PI. I've always wanted to kind of be a cop, but maybe just PI because it's cop light. And then I
Yeah.
looked and it was like, you gotta like qualify for some shit to do it.
Yeah, you have to have schooling.
Legit.
You have schooling and testing.
I mean, I
and,
could go on Craigslist and say I'll bust your husband nailing
I
your
was
neighbor, but
I was a process server for like a year, which was a pretty interesting job. Where
Bet.
I drove around and served people.
I got served once at
I did
work.
too.
I got served at 93X, bro.
Oh, are you kidding?
And you had to
No.
make.
Oh, that's fun.
Are you
I was
Patrick?
on the
Hi,
air.
Patrick. I got the flowers here for you.
No, I was
Yeah.
on the air, and you can't have a phone ringing while you're on the air. So the strobe light goes off, and it's like someone at the front door, and they were like, "Yeah, we got a delivery for 93X," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll be right there." And I walk out, and he's, "Boom, you've been served." He walks away. I'm like,
and you got the divorce papers.
"No, it wasn't that. I was in a car accident, and I was getting sued because insurance companies weren't agreeing, but it eventually got worked out. But it was like one of those type of deals.
They always got to go to your work. You know, it's not embarrassing. That's
Those
embarrassing.
are the
That's
addresses.
embarrassing.
Those are the addresses that we have. You know, you got their house address, and then you get their work
Oh,
address.
sure,
you know?
yeah.
So, or their last place of employment. But, the bar jobs, the fights that, I mean, I got stitches from a beer bottle to, I mean, I broke up so many fights. It was just, we broke up fights every night. We had a really, really
I was
bad.
usually a door guy. I would just open the door for you guys to throw them out while your face is bleeding.
I mean, it was so bad at Tropics. I used to wear a mouthpiece on a chain. Okay. And then when David changed the dress code. So my dress code, I was wearing Calvin Klein underwear. That was my bottoms, and then the bright yellow tops.
Was it a half cut?
Yeah, I had the bright yellow top.
Half cut yellow top.
Oh my god!
Midriff.
Yep.
You had the midriff.
Yeah, the
going.
midriff. And then I had a belly pouch, and then I had all my first aid stuff in there, and then flex cuffs, and then I had a mouthpiece. So whenever I go into a fight, I just put the mouthpiece in.
Sure.
Did you work at Hooters too? Wear those tights so that you look your tan legs.
Stacy just barely got beat out with the Vikings.
Yeah. No, but Stacy, I remember you'd get the yellow Tropic shirts, and the first thing everyone did was cut off the sleeves, and then we'd hem the bottom to maybe not. I didn't, because I had a little teeny belly, but I'd still hem it to be waist. But there was a night where both me and my buddy, who was a barback, but barbacks would also jump in and be security at times, and he was bigger than me, actually. But we both went home that whatever night. Sunday nights were usually the craziest, because I think it was 18 plus.
Yeah.
And when they could do that.
Yeah.
But we both went home, and our yellow shirts had blood splatter like all over it.
Yeah.
God.
Like, when we get home, I'm not gonna wash this. I'm just gonna throw it away and get a new shirt.
Do you remember
David.
remember the skits? Remember the skits?
Oh yeah. It was like the YMCA. I did the YMCA shit.
Yeah.
once.
Then I was on the boat. I was on the boat in the back, and I had sticks, and I'd start those things on fire. I had sticks, and I'd go up there and I'd do mine so long, 6 count on the boat on fire. I mean, this is how this was back then.
WCCO took a hidden camera. Channel 4 News took a hidden camera in there, and that's how they got dinged because of the fire.
That's
because Jason Steele and the guys.
So you were probably on TV, right? Did they get you?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Did you ever see that story?
No, I never did.
Because I was in that expose, and literally, like I told you, I was a door guy, and the camera is following like 2 security guards throwing a guy out. I see him coming. I literally just slammed the doors open so that they could throw him out onto the fucking street. And it was
I remember
they literally throw him, and CCO was like, "Yeah, this is how it goes down on Sundays. Here's your 18-year-old daughter down here." It's like
that was when and remember Animal and the wrestling, there was that big fight down there, and he was involved in that, and there was a lot of blood there was a lot of blood that night. But this one, it was funny. There was a pool cue involved in a fight behind the joint, and then under the bridge, and the cops are there, and they're throwing this guy down there. That's ADW, motherfucker! It's assault with a deadly weapon, and you're going for a fucking felony right now. This kid's like, yeah, but anyway, this one guy had his beer, and I'm like, you got to get rid of your beer. He's like, fuck you. He's so drunk, and he goes like this. And he's like, hold this. Like, I'm not getting rid of my beer, because it was like 3 for 1s or something like that. So there's beers everywhere, still half full or full.
He grabbed the beer that's got the tobacco chew in it by mistake.
And so this guy.
I remember they used to do like 3 for 1s before 18 plus to get guys in there, get them hammered, and then they'd stay. Yeah. Oh god, that was a recipe.
So this guy, he goes like this. He has his beer bottle in his hand, and he turns it. Right, so he turns it like this, and I knew exactly what he was doing, and I grabbed that thing and I disarmed him. So that's when all the knife disarms were so great. So I just disarmed him, and I got him in a lock, and I grabbed him. And as soon as I did this, we had that other big guy. He just comes over and grabs both of us. Gus, and he grabs both of us, and he picks us up and walks out the door with both of us.
Must take both people.
Us. Yeah. What?
Must take both out the bar.
And he was a good-looking kid, right?
Mongo like candy.
Mongo.
No. Gus was like
a huge
Greek
dude.
god.
I know. Dark hair. He's like,
like 8'3".
Really, but he was such a nice kid, Such a nice kid.
Nice guy.
Really, like a farm boy. He was like a farm boy.
And his buddy Chuck, you remember
Hulk
Chuck?
smash.
Also,
Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Oh, smash.
They used to do the weight, the Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff where
Yep.
they'd pose on stage, but they were always like spray painting themselves like literally tan so they could be like that, and they'd have
funny.
like Gus would bartend without a shirt and oil.
Oh,
all
yeah,
over
of
his
course,
What
yeah.
Dundee Hagen does
girls-
is pump the
and then
muscle.
girls- so I was
Chicks would
back
just
there.
sit there and like
I'm back on that L bar, right? I'm sitting in the corner. Warren Moon comes up and he's sitting right next to me.
Wow.
And then this girl comes up and she's like, Gus is back there. And Gus, she goes like this. She goes, whoop. Gus gives her a drink.
I knew somebody,
I'm like, yeah.
I know somebody who did that a lot.
If you're a double D, give me 2 drinks.
There was a girl I knew that would always go to the neighbors and put the pressed boobs up on the.
It wasn't me.
And it was
Sure.
funny because that one next door neighbor, his name's Mike, and she would always do it to Chris and I forgot the other guy's name, but the other 2 guys. She would always do it to them, and then Mike he was always like a second behind.
Uh-huh.
He goes, oh, I missed it again? Oh, God damn it. Oh.
So then
And
Halloween, we all dressed up, and I dressed up as Doc Holliday. Ezra
Mm.
Tuoulo comes in, and he's like,
Mhm.
I'll be your Huckleberry. And then right away, and he
Oh.
shakes my hand. And he'd always give me $20 bills to get his buddies on the bull in the back.
oh,
Right?
God, that's
Oh, yeah.
funny.
So I get him on the bull because I'd run the bull sometimes, and just we crank that thing up, just like throw him off. God, that was
God,
fun.
that was a fun job,
God, I stood on that bull. I'd ride that thing standing up.
I bet you did.
No, you didn't know her name.
Well, she was a bull. She was a he.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had already been to radio school a little bit, and I think I was still interning at KQ. But I would always get up, and I got tight with a couple of the DJs up there. That little shitty TJ booth, like
Oh
my
that
god,
was terrible.
Just
Way up in the corner there.
fuck yeah,
Yeah.
up in the corner, and it's like you got.
It was like
a
right above. But
windshield
it was
to
right
look
above
at,
that little
you know.
bar. You had to go up the back stairs. And
Yeah.
then-
You gotta
The
go
little bar
outside, then back inside, then around the corner, then up the stairs.
No. And before we'd go on stage, though, we'd go upstairs and we'd all do push-ups and pull-ups just to look a little flex before we go out with our shirts off and dance.
Did you spray paint your muscles on too?
See, I should have went to the Minnesota Vikings. I could have.
Yeah, the only thing that I could think of right now is the Chris Farley skit.
Hey, dude, I was cut once. Okay,
I
when
was-
22.
I was
yeah,
thinking-
I was
yeah.
running 5 to 7
Oh,
miles
wow.
with no problems.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you.
I was thinking you guys had Olivia Newton-John on the television, you know.
Physical.
Oh my
Those were-
God.
those
I
were fun
can't
times.
remember a better bar, better times. Than
Wow,
that.
sounds like a
I worked
fun
at
place.
A couple of bars, but
Yep.
Sharks was really fun. We had some really bad brawls there.
Where's the worst fight you ever seen? Which bar?
Oh, there's this one brawl. It was and I don't
Tyson
know.
Buster Douglas.
It was and it was a culture war between, I think it was between Hmong or Laotians and Vietnamese. I can't remember which groups don't get along. And this one guy takes a low ball glass like this
Yep.
and goes to this girl right across her.
Ooh.
And it just shattered. And then the whole bar started fighting.
And it shattered on her head?
on her face. Yeah.
Oh.
She was lacerated.
Oh.
She had lacerations all over her face.
Oh.
And I just grabbed her and I lifted her up and brought her out because I had to get her out of there. And I put her outside. I said, wait here, 'cause
Wow.
the fight was going on and there was just, everything was flying. And I was just covered head to toe in blood. And
So did somebody go, Carrie? Oh, sorry, Stacy. Sorry,
No,
Stacy. I thought you were Carrie.
But it was a really bad. It was a really bad.
How many people were involved? in
Oh,
this?
probably
Gangs?
20. Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
it was a big fight. We had some big fights.
Well,
there.
Club Cancun always had. It was like a daily thing.
Yeah.
over at
Oh,
Club
every
Cancun.
night there was like 3 or 4 fights. But
Yeah.
Jeff Sorbo, I brought Jeff Sorbo on,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff Sorbo was my senior in martial arts. He's the one that started training me back
Right,
in the
that's
80s, right?
Wow.
So right when I got in the military, he started training me. He was really good. But we had a big fight out in the parking lot, right?
Yep.
And he had this guy, and he had never bounced before. So he didn't really never bounced before. And he got in this guy, and he got this guy locked up so fast, and he was on the ground. His buddy comes
Oh.
and hits Jeff right in the side of the face, busts his jaw. Jeff had to have his jaw red sweat, and this happened twice to him.
Oh my God.
In Sharks parking lot. Yeah. So they were bad. They were bad. So after I left there was a shooting there. And that was the start of the closing.
Wow.
The closing down. So there was some nasty.
Is that the
nasty
demise
stuff.
of the bar?
Pretty
Then?
much. Yeah.
I met some guy at a bar once,
And his name was
Just once?
and he had long hair.
And she had butted him really
Yeah.
hard.
Oh,
But I was at Sharks, and it was funny because our head our head, I think his name was Brett too. Our head security guy, he was huge, he was a big guy, and they're trying to get this guy. There's three of them
how
on there.
you know how you know he's the head security guy?
Oh.
Dirt on his knees.
Oh, ding, ding. Oh, where's your drums? Oh.
but
Yeah, I gotta get that.
Okay, so they were trying to lock up this guy.
There we go.
There you go.
Little late, but
trying
we got
to lock up this guy in the doorwell. Remember the doorwell?
Yeah.
Because there's two separate parts. There's a restaurant part and then bar part. And he's getting him out, and this guy, he had a beer bottle, and he goes whack right across Brett's head,
wow.
and he goes thunk, and it didn't break, but Brett just stood there, and he goes. And he turned and he walked away, and you see the blood just started to drip out his face.
Wow.
No.
And then he goes out the door, but he had his hand behind his thing, and they didn't know if he had a gun. So I ran around the side with Rich, the owner. I ran around the side, and this guy was big. He was probably about 6'2", and he came he came right at me. So I just front kicked him right in the chest, and I folded, and I didn't even do it hard.
A little sternum shot? Or?
Sternum shot. I didn't even do it hard, and I folded his arms, and he goes, and he looks at me
Like a lawn,
and he looks at me because he was like coming at me. He was coming at me hard, like he was going to do something, and he just bolted across the street the other
Kind
way.
of sucked the wind out of him.
And
Like,
Rich looks at me like, well, "Wow." So that was another funny kind of story, I guess.
That's
Wow.
and stuff like that happened when I worked at the TGI Fridays in downtown Minneapolis. We used to have Minneapolis security at the front door, and I remember one night,
professional security.
they would hire off duty.
Okay.
Off-duty officer.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
so
Yeah.
I'm at the bar, and it's got artifacts and stuff, and there's a foyer, and all of a sudden, the manager, she's kind of looking out, and all of a sudden you see, bang, here's bam, and artifacts are vibrating up the wall, and this is when I was a black belt, first on in Subakto, and she looks at him, she goes, "Brad, help!" And one of the cops was fighting with the guy he was trying to throw out, and this guy was on something, and he's not huge. I mean, he's probably 160 pounds soaking wet, but this guy was just strong.
Just geeking out on something.
So geeked out. And the Minneapolis
Back
cop
when
at
they had
that
the
time.
good meth. No.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Enough.
and he's a sergeant now, but he was an officer then. And I jump over the bar, come running out there, and he's trying to get him locked up. And another guy's helping him. And we need to get him in cuffs. And I go, "You got to let go of the guy's arm." I guess I'm not letting go of his arm. We got to get him cuffs. And I looked at the cop, and I'm like, "I can take his knee out." He goes, "Do it." And all right. Whoops. So I jump up and I just throw this kick down right on the corner behind his knee, and bam, he goes
Yikes.
down, gets up.
Uh-oh.
He got up.
That's not a good
back
thing.
up, and I went,
Boop. He's back up.
so I kick him again, jump up and kick him again.
Too, when the liquid guy just gets back up.
Yeah,
after
it's kinda
Schwarzenegger
disconcerting.
annihilates him. It's like,
Right.
Oh fuck.
And the officer, he's wearing his gloves, and I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and the other guy's like going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. How
And he just goes, and he just clocks the guy, and the guy's head goes,
blink. Oh,
comes
no.
back, and he looks at him and he goes, "Dad, all you got?"
Oh,
Clacks him
my
again, and head goes back, comes back, and he goes, "Give me some more." And we're like,
Oh, my God. The guy's asking for it.
yeah, and then I jump up. I'm gonna put him down, and I jump up, and I hit him right above the knee on his inside leg, and I caved the leg, and he went down to the ground, and then a bunch of cops
Yep.
came and we got him.
That's a great
handcuffed.
shot.
Is that the spot?
And I was
Just to fold
talking
his
to
knee,
him, talking to him, and I said, I go, "I don't know what was on that dude was on, but holy shit, that was the strongest person I have ever seen."
Didn't you see him at the bus stop later
Right.
on?
And well, it was weird because it's like going, "Oh crap," and
You see him later.
but it was weird. But he went to
By the way,
jail.
my knee healed.
But this is like 3 months later. We're at the. It was funny because 3 3 months later, the same cop was working and I'm working and I'm talking to him at the front and the guy comes walking in.
Was he limping?
He was
Oh.
like, so he was kind of, and this is, I don't know, this is about I'm sure like 2-3 months
He
later.
had a case of brettacitis.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. And he came up and he was like going, and we're like, oh, crap. And we're like, dude. And the dude walks up and he goes, I just want to thank you. You know, and I'm like, going, kind of messed your knee up. I'm sure of that. He probably broke your jaw. And he's
Oh,
like,
yes.
he goes, I had a heavy addiction. And he was doing
He's sober
peace.
and he found Jesus.
Yeah, he pretty much. That's what he did.
You
He's like,
did
you
know
know,
that.
I needed an ass kicking, and I got it, and I found God, and
You
I
didn't
found,
have to kick me, but you did. But you did.
and he was walking
Thank you.
out, and John, the cop, he's like going, is he limping? I'm like, yeah, he's limping.
I got a good shot. That was a good 3. That was a 3-month shot there.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna walk.
That's
for
sad
the
though.
rest of his
But
life.
sometimes you got to hit
Right.
bottom before you.
Well, until you get up,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, that was it's just like wow. I mean, the guy was
It's
just
just a thing that wouldn't die though.
no. I'm like, he's gonna be hurting, and John's like, yeah, he's give him 24 hours, and he is going to be crying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
mommy.
Didn't you get headbutted at the Iron Horse?
The Iron
Yes,
Horse.
I
Oh my
did.
God,
I
that bar.
did.
Oh, God.
It was. Let me tell you, it was like crazy. So me and my buddy Brian walk in the bar, and we're talking, and we see these two girls, and we're looking at this one girl, and she's like hot. So we're like scrambling, pushing each other out of the way. To
Chick
go,
up.
hey there.
What are you, 13?
How you doing? You know you
How
doing
you
the
doing?
joy. How you
Go. So, and that's exactly it. I'm like this. How you doing? Hand on the wall. And she's talking to this girl I know. I'm like, hey, who's that? You know, and she's like going, that's Gino. And I'm like, looking at her. She goes, I can tell you anything you want. I'll tell you about me. And I'm like, going, yeah. She goes, come here. I get a little bit close. She goes, no, come here. She puts her hand around my neck.
Gene.
It's coming in. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. She goes, whap. And headbutts me. I mean, hard. I'm
He got
like,
between
what
me and
the
my friend, so it was like he's being rude.
And I'm like,
my
wow.
God.
I go, no chick's ever done that
I'm in
before.
love.
Yeah, I was. I just said, do you want to go do a shot? And she goes, okay.
Yeah, just like that, bitch.
And then 25 years later.
And yeah, that's about
And you're
it.
still butting heads.
Yeah. So, and I had told my friend, I'm like, I'm going to marry that girl. And my friend Chris looks at me and goes, are you fucking kidding me? She's nuts. I'm like, yep. I'm gonna
Didn't he
marry her.
say that she has a boyfriend?
She goes, she's got a boyfriend and she's nuts.
He said that?
Yeah.
Fucker. Wait till I see him again.
Well, you kind of were. Headbutting.
I got picked on a lot.
So that's how I met her.
That's great.
We started
Wow.
dating about 7 months later.
You know, I mean,
You know, most people just go out for coffee or something.
yeah, we know all about Gene shenanigans.
Oh yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, when I
He'd come over. We were dating. He'd come over and we'd do bimbo shots.
yeah, and a bimbo shot
It's a
was
bimbo.
a bimbo shot was a shot glass like this, like one of these, just a little shot glass, and you would put Bacardi White in there and just a little blap of Coke, a little splash of Coke, and then you'd
wow.
toss it down.
Just to get a
Oh.
good color on it.
Right,
you know?
and then you'd have like a little side Coke, and so you could do a rum and Coke
Without really.
without wasting space in the stomach.
Right.
Told you.
Yeah, so
That's where that.
so we called it a bimbo
valuable
shot.
real
I'd walk into
So-
the Iron Horse, walk up to the bar, and he'd go, "Hey, bimbo," and I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. You know what to get me."
I knew Phil, the manager over there.
Me
and
too.
Phil gave,
Owner,
me,
yeah.
Phil gave me a bar tab, and that was a bad plan. Hi, everybody. How about a Long Island tea for everyone? And then suddenly
Oh,
Phil's
shit.
like, dude, I can't give you any more credit. You're in for $500. I'm like, oh, really, dude? And then I knew the guys from Austin Healy. I'd be like, Jay, man, can I borrow like $10? And hey, finally I paid this damn tab off. Never got another one. Phil was a
Yeah.
cool guy.
You don't
He
want
was
you don't
very
want
cool.
jobs.
I was fortunate or unfortunate. to I got one of those at the 1029 bar in Northeast, and I had about the same, like $500 that sat there for like months because I got sober. And then I never went back in there. And then like someone was like, "Dude, you got to go fucking pay that off.
Yeah,
It's part
they
of your
damn near
recovery."
jump
And
you
I'm
when
like,
you
"Oh,
walk in."
fuck you." So
It's part of your recovery. It's number 8.
Hey, the people from Laura's 1029 come over to do an intervention, but it's not the intervention you think. It's
Guido.
Here's a 12-pack of beer.
Yeah, Guido's
Here's a
coming
bottle
over.
of Captain Coke. Come on, Patrick.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you. You're the ones that got me the
Go in
problem
and
in the first
Patrick's
place.
hanging from the bars.
Yeah, here's a
Hanging from-
kneecap for your nightcap.
He's hanging from
Yeah.
the bras from the ceiling. Patrick's-
I'm like the Vikings, the Death Eagle or the spread Death Eagle, whatever the fuck they do. No, so like, yeah, my sober friend was like, "Dude, you should probably just pay the bill." And I'm like, "I want a TV." And he's like, "Do you think for your sobriety, which is better, a new TV or getting that off your chest?" And
A
I'm like,
TV?
"Television."
Fuck, come on.
TV, because then I won't go out and drink because I can watch TV.
Well,
Exactly.
they were the dummies that gave me the bar tab. I mean, come on.
I'll never forget the look on their face. You
I
know that
went
kind of money.
Well, yeah, I would love
They
to
look
see the
at
look
you
on their
funny
face
when
when
you
you
owe that
come
kind
in
of
and
money.
actually pay the tab. They would be like, "Where's Ashton Kutcher?"
No, but
I don't get it.
both my dad and my aunt were like mainstays of that place for years. And my dad actually has a fucking like bronze thing at the bar where he used to sit all the time. So I was like, I gotta, eventually I went in there and I paid it off, but it was just like, holy shit.
Did you have a stool
was-
with your butt print in it?
No, it's my dad's butt print.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
when I
you
sit
did.
in it, it's the same butt print. So
Was it hard? Was it a hard butt print to fill or like a shoe to fill? So
no, it was easy. It was
hard
pretty
butt-
do you remember the look on their face when they finally saw you and you owed them $500? It looked like, when I saw Phil, he's like, "My long lost friend, where have you been?"
No,
It's like
were
Eddie
actually
Murphy in Trading Places. He's like doing this with money.
Making a
No.
rant.
So the owners are really cool at the 1029, and they actually helped my dad a lot. Like when he moved, they gave him some money to
So cool.
whatever. And then so when he passed away, my dad actually was in debt to him. So I went and paid that debt.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
Like right
That
after.
is
he
nice.
passed
What a
away.
great
So they
son
knew I
you
was-
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I walked in and they were just like, "Oh, hey," and then I brought it up like, "Hey, I'd like to pay that tab. You still have it?" He's like, "Fuck yeah."
It's all yellow and tattered.
What's
Hey, he's
funny-
blowing dust off it.
What's funny, what's
More
funny is-
comment.
So they would have like Budweiser and like the slash marks with this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Tally marks.
Yeah, tallies.
They
Tally
also,
marks. Yeah.
they may or may not have done off sales. So like you would see bottle of Bacardi, 24-pack of whatever. And I was like, oh, that's the night I had like 4 girls and like 6 guys from the bar went over to my condo because I lived across the street from the place too for a little bit. And so I'd have that after parties. So I would just get cases of beer, put it on my tab,
Wow, sweet.
and then we'd go back to my house. And no, but so when they showed me the tab, the point is I was just like, oh, I remember that night. Oh, I remember that night, even though it was like 6 years after. I was like, "Holy shit."
You actually remember?
I know you remember.
Let's go back in time.
Hey, they were memorable evenings, man. I didn't mess with that.
What you're saying is the movie Hangover. The
Was your
Hangover was
plan.
actually based upon your life.
Yeah. Got a
I
tiger in
never
there.
woke up with a live tiger or chickens in bed.
So when's the last time you've been to the 1029?
20. Actually,
It's
I
still
went back
there.
to Minnesota last time I was there. 2022, I think. Yeah.
Did
3 years
they
ago.
did they have the outside patio with the awning and stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there, yeah, that's kind of
They
nice.
actually have a picture
TV
of
yeah, the
Spiky
TV outside.
Viking in there too.
Oh, they do.
Hmm.
I was
Wow.
I used to go there, so I used to go to the Metrodome, go to games, and because I lived in Fridley, I would go right up Central to go home, or East River Road, or Marshall Street.
Marshall.
Sorry,
Yeah.
and then I would stop there, of course, because I wasn't drunk enough, and I was outside on my cell phone talking, probably to a drug dealer. No, I'm just kidding. I was on my phone talking outside of the 1029, and someone took a picture, and I was just like, "Hey, cool," and then. If you remember the city pages, they always have some random. When you open to the first page, they always had some random thing, like
That's
a picture
right.
of something random,
Yeah.
and it was just
Oh.
like Spiking Viking outside 1029 bar, and so they have that article cut out and posted in a frame at the 1029.
I do have a city pages at home.
You still have one?
Yep, I have
Wow.
one. A full city page.
I remember going to the games with Patrick, and Gina and I would go over there, and she'd help you with your makeup and your glitter.
Oh, funny.
And then Patrick's there. He's making.
a bad idea.
Well, it was funny because
I
Patrick
wasn't
would sit
helping, I
there
was trying
and
to clean it
he'd
up.
bring the pom poms and he'd make fun of the cheerleaders, and they're, "Hi, Patrick. Hi,
I'm Louie.
I'm Blaze."
Hi, Blaze.
So-
How you doing?
So Patrick, do you have any cool? So we lost a number of the old dive bars. 1029 is still there. We have that.
1029's still there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Al's is gone. Remember Al's on Excelsior Boulevard? That's
Mhm.
gone.
That's gone.
That's
The
so
Classic Motor Company, is that
Oh,
gone?
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
gone.
got my ass kicked with Classic.
Bunny's not really a dive bar, but it's still
Oh,
there.
Bunny's is done.
Bunny's still
Yeah.
there.
Bunny's is still
Bunny's
there.
still there. Yep, on Excelsior.
I think Joe Sensors. That's still.
What about down or in Northeast? Polish Palace is now it's like a flight of wines or something place.
Yeah.
Like
um,
kind of hoity-toity.
What is
Yeah.
that? What is
but
that? I can't remember.
Elsie's is still there.
Elsie's still
has
there.
a time
Elsie's
out
still
in
there.
Minnesota,
What
but,
else,
yeah, of course you gotta
Tony Jarris still there?
Jarris is
Jaros is
Jaros-
still there.
Jaros or whatever.
Dusty's.
The double
Dusty's is
douche
still
is
there.
Double douche.
Oh my God.
We talked about this.
Excuse
before
me. Yeah, we
in a
talked about this
podcast,
before. Now I'm gonna
but-
clean my ear out because it's all wet.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
Jesus Christ.
Patrick
For
does
Oh.
it.
those, so
I can
here's the story about what you just heard.
Oh, that was
Okay.
that was on a scale of 1 to 10. That was a 1.
Okay, and that was probably a 3. Now, when Gene and I were dating, I was a waiter at the TGI Fridays in Roseville. And this is when I had long hair. Gene had a hair requirement, and my hair was super long. But I'd roll my hair up, and I'd
Oh,
put it
nice,
under
nice haircut,
my
by the way.
face.
Yeah, nice
Yes,
haircut.
I did get a haircut.
Yeah.
But I'd roll it up, all my hair up, and I'd put it underneath a baseball cap, and baseball cap would go on
In a man
backwards. So a
bun.
lot
No
of people,
bun, man bun, huh?
man bun under a baseball cap. So we're at Fridays, we're up at the bar and we're eating, and I'm like, my hair's in my face, and I'm pulling it around, like about to eat and getting hair out of my face, and this is back when Fridays had the 3-tier. You had the lower tier, you had the bar, and then the smoking section up on top. And Jean's sitting there, and she lets rip this belch.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it was so loud that it silenced the restaurant. Now, mind you, it didn't stop there. Here's me with my sandwich I'm about to take a bite, and I look around, and she hits me, and she goes, "You sick pig." I can't believe you just did that. And then she sits two chairs down from me, and I'm like, I could feel my face just going red. And these two little grannies were up in the smoking section, and the lady's like,
Not toy.
and I'm like, oh God. And so then we end
Don't
up.
you work here? We're never
Well-
coming here again.
That's about it. So Gene, we end up eating, and then Gene leaves, and I'm going downstairs, and Rick, the GM, stops me because there's an entrance to go to the back men's locker room, and he stops me at that spot, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm getting fired. And he goes, I'm sure that was pretty funny up at the bar, but you are still a representative of this restaurant. He goes, we heard that all the way down into the service bar. And I'm like,
and then he says, no. And then he says, you're not wearing enough flair.
All right. Where's your
that's
flair?
that is my flair.
I don't
okay?
want to talk about my flair.
So I'm like, that wasn't me. And he's like, looks at me, and he's turning red. He goes, God damn it, I'm fucking serious. And I'm like going, Rick, I didn't do it. My girlfriend did. He goes, oh, I'm sure that you know. And he's just,
Did
and,
he
and
say
he's,
something like, "What kind of a man are you?"
and
Blaming
what
your
kind of a
girlfriend.
man are you? You're blaming your girlfriend. I'm getting fired. I'm getting fired, and I'm getting fired with a lot of expletives. And one of the bartenders comes walking on. I'm going to go, Steve, who belched at the bar? And he goes, oh my God, I can't believe that sound can come out of a little body like that. And he keeps walking, and Rick looks at me and goes, oh, whatever. And then he walks away. And I'm like standing there going, what the hell just fucking happened here?
Parallel you.
And I'm like going, am I fired or am I? He goes, go get ready. And I'm like, okay, not fired.
All right.
But I mean, it was, if Steve would, told him that Gene did it, I was fired. And
So let me tell a funny story that's kind of like that. It's kind of fucking hilarious. When I was stationed in Germany, every year we go to Oktoberfest, right?
Uh-huh.
We all pool in money, and we had the charter bus, and our platoon would take a bus out to Oktoberfest. We'd party there. They had like they're not hostels, but they're really nice houses in Bavaria that we'd stay at, and we'd drink. We just party and drink. And German beer is a very, very your gas is very distinct.
right. Yeah. Well, it's a little bit heavier.
And so we're on the bus on the way back, and Sergeant Dennison, I hope you watch this. I'm going to send this to you actually. Farts.
You're Tootie.
Yeah, and nobody heard it, but it stunk up the whole bus that the bus driver had to stop and pull over. Everybody got off that freaking bus, and he's sitting there in his seat laughing.
Did he shit his pants or what?
Man, holy cow. And this is a stench that you just can't appreciate unless you drink German beer. But, oh my gosh.
That's my dogs when they fart. Because Sleep and Ashi is our little blonde Karen Terrier. And when he farts, you can hear it just and the smell. And it's like, oh, get off the bed. Oh my God.
The worst is, and Brett, you played hockey, so when you're in a locker room, it's kind of like a 12 by. It's not big.
No,
so
it's not.
Everyone's next to each other. The gear is all everywhere, and you're in tight quarters. And I used to have the other goalie on our team would always just rip one. It would clear the locker room. It was so fucking bad. And he would sit there and laugh. Sean Robb, I'm looking at you. But yeah, he would laugh, and it was just, and he never washed his gear.
Oh, that's the worst.
Man, yikes.
Bro. It was so
One of the
bad.
Minnesota Wild did that when Frank brought me down. He brought me through the locker room, and all the guys are in there getting ready. And one guy's on a bike, a stationary bike, and some of the guys are working out and stuff like that. One of the guys just ripped one. It was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Meeting these guys.
It sounds like
we
a
should talk
Swanson
hockey.
family dinner.
That's like
Can we
at
talk
the,
hockey?
at the Karate Junction, when we used to have fight class. We'll talk about hockey, but the same kind of thing. We nicknamed this guy Stank. And
For a reason.
And we had a new guy that was coming in, and he's like going, why do you guys call him Stank? And it's like, go change in there. And all of a sudden he goes in 2 minutes. We change outside of the locker room.
Man,
and all of a sudden he comes out and he's like, oh my God. And I'm like, yep, would not clean his gear. And it stank.
That's
it
so
was
gross.
so
I had a roommate.
bad.
I had a roommate in the military. He would come out of the shower. He'd go to the shower and come out and come back to the room, and he stunk.
Why?
Wow.
Well, you just have people.
People just have a
different
smell,
odor. Yeah, and it's like
that odoriferous odor.
That's gross.
yeah, and we were like in a small room that had 2-3 beds.
Oh, good God.
So speaking of odor, what about the Wild?
Nice segue.
nice.
Sorry, Minnesota Wild, but you kind of stink.
Yeah, they do
No,
every year.
Yeah.
The Twins
no, I didn't say
really
that.
stink too.
Well, I am a Montreal Canadiens fan. Craig Troutman out there, it'll never stop.
Bandwagon.
Yep. So, when the Minnesota
Here's how
North
Brett
Stars
takes his hockey
left.
team passion. He's like, who's won the most? I'll be a Montreal fan.
Well, no, I mean
Nice.
when
Way to go,
the Minnesota.
That's like being a
All right.
Cowboys fan in the 70s, you loser.
Well, no. Now I used to watch hockey with my dad. My dad loved the Canadians, and he loved this guy named Murray Wilson. 3-time Stanley Cup player. His brother played with Boston. He was a Canadian. Yeah, that's the guy. And it was weird because I always remember that name. And when I was working at TGI Fridays in Roseville, I'm sitting there, and these 3 guys walk in. A guy sits down, and the guy puts his hand on the bar, and there's this huge rock on his finger, and I'm looking, I can see the Canadians, and I'm like going, holy, and I was wearing a Canadians hat,
Oh,
and he
Need a
goes,
boner.
oh,
he got a
big time.
boner.
And I'm looking at the ring, and he looks at me, and he goes, nice fucking head, eh? And I'm like, yeah, you damn right it is. I'm like, nice ring. He goes, I got
I would've
three
said
of
no
them.
Streckensy, Frenchie.
And he goes, I got 3. And I'm like, nice. He goes, and this is
Was he the
crazy.
equipment manager?
And I go, and he's like going, so
Big things, too.
who's your favorite player, eh? And I'm like, well, I go, why? It's my favorite goalie. I go, but my dad watched a guy and always said he was the greatest Canadians player. I think his name is Manny something Wilson, Manny Murray. And the guy goes, Murray Wilson. I go, yeah, that's him. And he goes, no, that's me.
Oh,
And it was Murray
Wow.
frickin' Wilson
That's
at
a
the
great
bar.
story.
Yeah, I was like,
That's a
oh my
great
God.
story.
And I forgot to have him sign my hat. He walked out and I'm like, oh,
dumbass.
Then did you get a
dumbass.
boner?
Well, that's what happens when you get
Then you got a
starstruck.
Yeah, he goes,
Yeah, he goes, that's
You're like,
me. And I'm like, I'm like, no, it's not. He goes, yeah, it's me. And so I looked at his ID. Give me your ID then, you dude. And he looked at him like, sorry, sir. Yeah. Unbelievable. Yeah.
No, don't worry about the hat signing because I went to Tahoe a month ago to the golf tournament where the celebrities are, and I got
Yeah.
Adam Thielen to sign my white Vikings hat. But since I got home, the Vikings hat is sitting like on top of my dresser or something, and it's like whatever. But
Yeah.
what I remember is him fucking acknowledging me and signing it. So it's like
Yeah.
the memory is better than the.
It
fucking
really
autograph
is.
or
I
whatever,
mean,
you know what I mean?
and I
It's a
just,
better story than it is a signature.
and I couldn't believe it. I mean, like, there's no way. And he goes, that's me. And I'm like,
That's so random.
and I'm looking, I'm
Fuck.
like, I'm like, fuck off. Shut up.
So
And no, it's him. I'm like, let me see your license. They're all laughing and stuff. And I look at it. I'm like, look up.
Fucking A,
wow, you're like, geez.
And I have a habit of feeling
Did you
like
tell
a
your
dumbass
dad that?
a lot. Yeah, I did. And
What'd
he
he
was
say?
like, he's like, no, you
Did
didn't.
you get his hat?
No, you
signed,
didn't.
you
And I'm
dumbass?
like going,
Grab his
like,
balls.
and that was the whole thing. And I go, I would show you proof, but I didn't have him sign my hat. It's like, yeah, whatever. But no, I mean, it was really cool because I'd never gone through that before.
So I got a star
think I got
story
it.
too.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
before this previous job, I installed X-ray equipment. And I installed X-ray equipment over at the Target Center for
I'm a certified X-ray equipment
for the
operator.
Timberwolves.
That's you.
So I finished installing the X-ray equipment. I'm wrapping things up. I'm getting ready to leave the center, and I walk out, and there's Kevin Garnett. And if you know me, I'm about 5'3", 2.5 inches. And I looked at his shoes, and I went, "Ooh, hi, Mr. Garnett." He just laughs. He's like, "You little knucklehead, nice meeting you." I'm like,
He gets a little doggy on the head.
it looked like a movie Twins.
Yeah, it was really nice. He came into the Minneapolis Cafe a couple times. And it always came in a Bentley.
Yeah.
Randy Moss would come in all the time. Kirby Puckett would come in. Kirby Puckett's the only one I never had him take off his hat. We had a no hat policy.
Yeah.
So Randy Moss came in all the time. I'd let him wear his. It's so funny. I'd let him wear his tracksuit or whatever he wanted because we had a strict dress policy. But all of his minions wanted to dress like he did. And I'm like, you're not him. He has a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
Prince came in a number of times.
Cool.
His big security guy had my number.
Yeah.
Little man's coming in. Can you set up a table?
Little
for me?"
man.
Little man's coming in.
Little man.
The one star that always came in, I became friends with, was Gary Trent from the
Trent, yep,
Timberwolves.
Trent,
And-
that was cool. Yep.
I have a Prince story I gotta say. By the way,
Yep.
But
we get to it,
but
but
Gary
yeah,
would come in, and Gary would hate to bring his wallet and stuff. He'd come into Fridays, and would have a red card, so I would comp his meal. It's 50%. I'd pay for it, so I would pay $10 out of my pocket, and then he'd give me 4 of his seats at $150 a piece
Wow.
in the early 2000s. So I
Nice.
mean, a lot of money for seats. So either you take them or you don't. If you take them, you're bringing your friends. You're not selling them. You're showing up. So he would come in and we'd buy his food and stuff. So he saw me checking my messages or talking to Gene on my Nextel phone. This is way back when.
Wow. Yeah.
It was probably one of those.
And he
flip phones.
goes, yeah, it was. And he's like, that a Nextel phone? I'm like, he goes, hey, Brett, is that a Nextel? I'm like, yeah, it is, Gary. And he's like, can I use it? And I'm like, I go, what's wrong with your Nextel? He goes, I need to make sure that phone's working right. And I'm like,
Bullshit.
okay. I hand it to him. And he hands it back.
He calls
And
girlfriend.
then, no, exactly. Goes one for, all right.
Oh my God.
So the phone's behind the bar and almost starts ringing. I go, help. She goes, let me talk to Gary. And I'm like, who? Don't play with me. Let me talk to Gary. And I'm like, the fuck is Gary? And she's like, Gary Trent, God damn it. And I'm like, oh shit. Hung up. The phone calls again and it's the same number and I keep hanging up. And next day it comes in and goes, hey, let me use your phone again. I'm like,
Uh-oh.
I go, some girl was calling and goes, oh shit. Let me use your phone again. I'm like, hand him the phone again. And I'm like, and the same thing. So this goes on for a while and I keep hanging
Is it
up.
a different girl?
No, it's the same girl, and she's pissed. Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm like, finally, I'm like, oh, listen, it's not Gary's phone, it's my phone. Gary used my phone, and she goes, oh, that son of a bitch.
He does that all the time to
And
me.
she goes, and then she starts telling me her story. My name's, and I'm like, oh God. And I'm like holding the phone. She's talking and I'm holding the phone out. I'm like, oh, kill me now. And so she's trying to find out more stuff. Well, you're friends with Gary. I'm like, I just bartend for Gary.
Mm-hmm.
He used my Nextel phone. His phone died. The battery died, so he wanted to use my phone. So I made the story up and he came in. I go, yeah, your girl called again and she was pissed. I go, I set my phone down and I have no idea what she said, but she was screaming. He goes, oh shit. And I'm like, he goes, what'd you say? And I'm like, going, that you were only using my phone because your phone died. And she was like, fuck that. He has that thing charged up all the time. So he gave me extra tickets that, so once a week I'd get a 4-pack but I remember he goes, man, I owe you, dude. I'm like, yeah, you do. You owe me.
Because my girlfriend keeps on yelling at me because the chick keeps on going.
But I mean, that was the deal. The tip, I would spend the $10, but the tip was $450 ticket. So $600 worth of tickets just to buy him $10 and don't worry about that was the tip. Once a week. It was awesome. Oh, it was awesome.
Did she ever ask what bar you bartended at?
No, she was out in California.
Yeah, I need 6 tickets. Can you want to borrow my phone twice?
Yeah, right. I got to call someone else.
So, Patrick, what was your story again?
Last story.
Oh, last story.
Oh yeah. So Prince. There's a guy that I know. His name is Danny, and he was dating this really, really like fine girl, and Danny was a good-looking guy too. I mean, he is a good-looking guy, and I guess he'd been dating this girl for like a month or two or something, and she calls him, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm in the bathroom right now, but Prince just invited me back to his like Paisley Park or his place or whatever." And I think he wants me, and I just didn't want to be a slut. So I just wanted to tell you now, if he's gonna try to, me, I'm gonna go for it. And he's like,
What?
What?
He literally says to her, he goes, baby, you got to do what you got to do.
Oh
He
my
loves
God.
Prince so much. And he was like, and so sure enough, it happened. And he's like, yeah. I had a girlfriend that Prince wanted to fuck, and he did, So I was like, "Oh my god!"
So you're
that's
Eskimo
kind of a cool
twins,
story too, right?
It wasn't. Remember Stephanie from?
No, Eskimo. He wasn't Eskimo twins because he wasn't. It was before. Yeah.
Do you remember?
Prince was after
Do you remember
him.
Stephanie
Oh,
from?
But I'm
from
not
Sharks?
Eskimo brothers.
Do you remember
Prince, but I
Stephanie
am
from?
with Shaq.
Do you remember Stephanie from Sharks and Tropics? She was in Playboy.
Uh,
She dated Prince for a while.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was
100%.
she was in that Playboy. I still have that Playboy.
I
that
bet
she
you
was
do.
Okay.
Right next to your
Yeah.
bed.
It puts
in.
it puts the
Okay.
lotion on its pecker.
Why are the pages stuck together?
I went to.
Put the lotion in the
Dude,
basket.
I went. I don't think it was her, but I went to a couple of after party at the Tropics, and
Yep.
I'm not saying I fornicated, but I, had a girl with arms around and we were making out or whatever. But it was like way out of my fucking league. I should not have been there doing that with those girls.
Yeah. What do you do?
You know, being
No,
a
Go to the
but
go
I'm
to the
a
Red
6,
Door Clinic.
7 I'm a 6 or a 7 at best. And like, yeah, there's
I'm a
like
f-
9s or 10s
I-
as
I'm a
beer girls,
4.
and I'm like, I had no business being there with
Patrick
them.
was
but
lying.
I was.
I'm a 4 or 5, and it is funny because they're wearing the beer goggles.
Yeah. So Patrick is
Yeah.
I'm a 4, but my voice is a 10.
I'm
Oh my
a
God.
3 or
Don't
4,
get
but
me
he
going on
knows
that.
martial arts.
Yeah.
I
Patrick,
used
were
to
you
have
lined
girls
up at
call
the
about my
Red Door
voice.
Clinic?
No, I wasn't lined up. I made appointments.
Oh.
But no, when you're smart, you don't want to be seen walking in there, standing
yeah,
out in
right.
the hallway.
Did-
Yeah, like a
Like,
number
fuck.
at a deli, number 7.
Number
He's
Yeah.
wearing a ski
God, yeah.
mask.
Patrick, you're next. Patrick.
Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Chlamydia?
Patrick,
Chlamydia
we
case?
Chlamydia test.
We need to freeze the warts off your penis.
They come out with a hazmat suit.
You know, there was no confidentiality back then.
Oh,
Mr.
God, no.
Chlamydia.
Patrick has his manila folder that he brings around everywhere with him.
He brings his stuff with him.
He brings his medical
Hiding
records.
his
His
face.
penis folder.
And then you end up in Twin Cities Reader again.
know.
Spiking Viking
Every
at
ti-
clinic.
no. Every time I went to the Red Door, I always got called into a special room, and they're like, "We need to know the names of the last people you slept with in the last 6 weeks because they're in trouble."
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that-
I'm just,
Uh-oh.
Because they're all pregnant. So. You know how many little
No.
Patricks are walking around? Just not the
Yeah.
two that you know of.
That's why he doesn't do the ancestry DNA thing. Because he gets subpoenaed.
Exactly.
He gets subpoenaed to,
Yeah.
he doesn't want to have any
Minnesota.
knocks on the door.
He's like,
Why am I
What was
feeling
what
like
was
a
that
slut?
movie with
Why?
Vince
Stop it, you
Vaughn
guys.
when,
You're
when
making
he
me
was
out to be
he
a
was a
slut.
sperm donor and had like 500 kids? That's Patrick.
Jesus.
no.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
well,
I've never felt so backed into a corner in my life. But whatever.
Aw, we love you.
well, folks, it's time to wrap it up this evening. I hope you had a good time. We sure did.
That was very fun.
That was fun. And we're going to be doing more kind of shows kind of like this as well. So anybody, if you have any comments, make sure that you hit the comments, you hit the like button, you hit the share, and you subscribe. Join us at our website at thebarwithpodcast.com, where you can get all the digs. You can see all the shows, you can see all the bios, all the people, the calendar, and shortly we're going to have a page that has all the photos. So come and join us. Make sure that you're a part of the team. And there we go. Gene?
Also, we're going to feature a video of Brett's colonoscopy.
Oh, yeah.
And who's going? Who's coming on next week there, Brett?
Well, it is Patrick.
Diggs Garza.
Diggs
He is a
Garza.
Diggs
Minnesota
Garza.
Vikings ultimate fan, a member of the Professional Football Ultimate Fan Association, which we like to call PFUFA. Of which
Fufa.
Say
I-
that
I
fast
am
3 times.
I am a former member, but I was a Hall of Fame Viking fan, and then the Visa Corporation stopped sponsoring it, and then PFUFA became of that because they
That
still
sounds
wanted to
like a
carry
fart.
on. Yeah,
Pafoofa.
no, it is.
Oops.
It's PFUFA.
I know
PFUFA.
it's fart sound.
Well, it's definitely not as
But
loud as your
anyway.
burp, but
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like Diggs is the real deal, and the reason I have like so much respect for this guy, and Stacy, you're gonna love this too. I mean, he works with special needs people. And he doesn't call it work. He says, "I'm hanging out with my friends."
Yep.
That's
Okay.
what I
Cool.
do. I
Nice.
don't go to
Cool.
work. I hang out with my friends. I help them with their life.
Yep.
And that's what he does. And he's
That's
such
awesome.
a genuine,
I can't-
cool-hearted person.
That's so cool.
He's
I
a
can't wait to meet him.
veteran, just like you. He's just
excited
got a
to meet him.
huge heart.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh my God, I have no idea why you want me on because I don't think I'm very interesting." Well, he actually raised probably. I mean, he's raised thousands of dollars, maybe $100,000 for charities and people in our community and for whatever. So he's just a giver. He's very humble about it, though. So I think we need to expose him a little bit and just say, "Hey, yeah, you're kind of a big deal."
Yeah.
But he's been in a
Yep.
commercial with Randy Moss, those car shows, where they flip your ride.
Yep.
He was on one of those that was
Yeah.
Viking
cool.
themed, and so we can get all into that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah, wait,
but
that'd be
Diggs
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Garza, you
Diggs
gotta tune
Garza.
in for that
Everybody,
episode.
next week, Diggs Garza.
Yeah. Gene,
Thanks,
do you have
everybody.
anything?
I don't know.
No. Okay. So, folks, thanks for tuning in this week. Again, expect to see Diggs Garza. Can't wait to see that show.
Thanks to my sister for the website.
And the website is fantastic. You find everything on the website.
Yeah.
So make sure you're going to at the bar with podcast.com. All the shows are on there. We've got bios, everything else. So it's getting bigger and bigger. And thank you for supporting us and being a part of our team. So we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Adios. Peace.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.